Mm-hmm. That's it. Cheers. End of live stream. No. Everyone, thank you for joining me for this another video. Another cold case, so to speak. Yes, cold case. Crime scene photos. We're going to go through this investigation here together. The Keddie cabin murders. This is a well-known unsolved murder case. And we're going to see who it is. Is the work of two serial killers? Is it one man? Is it multiple? Who is it? Is it a woman? Is it a man? Is it serial killer? You know, randomosity. Who is this? Is it someone inside the cabin themselves? We're going to take a look. Here's our victim. So before we get started, guys, go ahead and support the channel, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get remonetized after being demonetized doing true crime. And I'm over on TikTok as well as the Real Ram Reviewer. You know me by my same logo, or a different logo, but same kind of logo. But TikTok me as well. So I'm getting TikTokers over here to the YouTube. Still, YouTube is our main base of operation. So we'll be here all day and day. And I think it's time to do the Keddie cabin murders finally. So thank you for joining me for this one. We already have a like in there? Yeah, hey. Thanks for joining for this one. 10:49 p.m. on, what is it, Wednesday? Jeez, I'm losing track of my days. That is not good. But yes, geez, I guess it's easy to lose track when you end up being a victim like this. So guys, you know I got the coordinates here for the cabin, okay? But yes, guys, let me tell you something, okay, before we get into this. We're going to wait a few minutes, all right? I'm going to wait about 5 to 6 minutes. Thank you already for the one like for joining me for this live stream. All right, so we're going to settle down for me. Give about 5 minutes, all right? We're going to warm up, get your drinks ready, get your stogies, your bogeys, because this is going to be a hell of a fucking case. Guys, I'm taking a look here. There's cabin 26, and this is going to be, what's funny is this is going to be cabin 28. And there's no cabin 28. I'm guessing, I got the exact coordinates. So it's right here, right next to 26. It would be. So fucking unbelievably creepy to come down to the top of this thing. It was there, the cabin. And guys, guess what? There is some gruesome crime scene photos. Literally, very, very gruesome. I mean, so gruesome, I'm gonna have a little hard time with this shit. But this story is gonna go and go and go. But I don't have a hard time with anything, really, honestly, to be truthful, guys. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been there in real life, so I won't. I have been. Give me 1 second. All right, so guys, there's murder weapons. We're gonna go through this, right? Let's gonna wait up and warm up, let people get in this. I know there's got to be some crime sleuths here, true crime sleuths that are very interested in this case. There's plenty of crime scene photos to go through. There is a gist on Google. I do have Wikipedia up as well. I wanted to leave the gist on Google a little bit because it gives us just the little gist, and I have the coordinates of the exact location of the cabin, of the murder cabin. Now you talk about Friday the 13th, some murder, murder spree, murder house stuff. This is your murder house. Talk about your Friday the 13th Jason. It was a Jason that did this? Possibly. I don't fucking know. I mean, this shit's in 1981, but Jason didn't come out till, I believe, fucking Myers was out. This is crazy, guys. Art duplicating life duplicating. What is this, guys? We're going to have a lot of victims here. Okay. This case is really going to, like, you know what I want to do sometimes, guys, with some of these cases? I'm really going to start doing is put myself in a room, an actual room, and close the door and just sit in a dark room and with a little light, a creepy light, and really just get into this shit, man, for like two hours till the phone dies. This is, we got to get flying on this. My phone goes so fast. So I think 4 minutes in, we waited. We'll try my best here. 4 minutes. So this is the Keddie cabin murders, guys. There's going to be a quadruple murder. That's 4 people. Okay, when you say quadruple, when you see Q, anything with a Q when they're counting with a word is going to be 4. Okay, and that's a lot. It's really rare, that you have a quadruple murder. I'll tell you that. So a quadruple is a mass murder. I was going to put mass murder in the title because it's going to be the Keddie cabin's mass murder, but I just put murders, plural. To ease. How do you fucking ease this? Massive. These crime scene photo guys, they ain't going to ease you at all. Not at all. Whoever did this, I got a piece of paper with the pen, okay? I'm going to zone out here in a minute. Mass murder is the violent crime of a killing of a certain amount of people. Okay, so mass murder, like I said, 3 or 4 more people. At least 3. 4 at the most. or for at the least, and whatever. I don't know how they do this. So suspects is a Martin Smart and a John Boubidi. They both died, one 2000, one 1988. So it's like a duel. They're saying it's two suspects that did this because maybe the different weaponry, I'm guessing, the different kinds of kills, who was killed, and maybe them being in the area at the time. Guys, we're going to take out massive tech here. All right, so they're going to be able to track these killers by technician, technicalities, or what you're going to do is track them by probably receipts or gas stations or anything close to convenience stores. Any kind of, this is out in the woods, which is, guys, I'm not looking for anything because, we're not going to see any like evidence or anything. Remember, we're not after that. What we're after here is location here with Google Maps. That's what's up. So I want to see what's around. All right, and where could these killers come from? Where could they be? They have to have a vehicle to be traveling like this. Why isn't there any tire prints? We're gonna go through this. I don't know the real details. All right, because Google has a gist here and Wiki. That's what we're gonna go through. We're gonna stay away from the Reddit and the insinuations. All right, we're gonna do Occam's razor here for the Keddie Cabin murders, where it's a brutal, unsolved quadruple homicide that occurred the night of April 11th, or the early morning of April 12th, 1980. So the night, the morning. So I guess there's a lot of time. Not a lot. Of course, you have a lot of time out in the woods, but it's like this person's taking a lot of time and stretching these 4 murders out. They're not. That's what it sounds like to me. That's so. This is what we're going to do. We're going to profile this killer and killers here. How we're going to solve this murder, not solve it, but get answers here, is the profile. Okay. So I'm going to write down profile killers on the piece of paper. All right. Got the trusted pen. Sorry, guys, there's a lot of distractions here all of a sudden. Profile, killer, or killers. All right, that's what we're going to do there. And then, what did I say? Taking your time. I feel like he's taking his time. Taking time, because he knows, like, either A, he's out in the middle it's not even a question to me, taking time with this killer. It's not even a question in this case. Taking time. Either he knows point blank that he has time out in the woods here. I'm looking at this location. I think really taking in this environment for me is going to really, cabin 28. It's right here. It should have been right here. They have it on Google Earth. It's so creepy to see that this is the murder cabin. Imagine going out here. This is in California. Okay. So the Keddie cabin. So the Keddie resort. There's a railroad track, it looks like. We got to take a look here. That's might not have been built, guys. We got to take a lot of shit out. All right. Very more secluded. And the Keddie cabin, we're going to go all the way out. Spanish Creek Campground. I'm not familiar with this place. Give me a second. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me for this. We're getting right into this. Well, we waited about 4 or 5 minutes, right? But thanks for the 1 like. And the goal is always 10, guys. Goal is 10 likes every stream. And then that's we set goals, right? We accomplish them. I hope you guys do too. How about that? We'll do it together. I love this to accomplish goals. So Indian Falls, guys, very rural, mountainous area, of course. What is this shit? Who the fuck lives out here? Plumas National Forest. Well, no shit, huh? All right, guys, going back to Keddie. Who the fuck drives out here? What is the main highway? A 70? All right, we're taking a look. Just looking around with Google Maps and familiar myself with Keddie area. That now I'm in an area here. I'd just like to take a look at this. Take a look, just see what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna leave this like this and go to other tabs. But I'm gonna see this view right here, okay? Looking down over Keddie. This is the cabin 28. All right, so it does not exist any longer. It has been demolished. All right, and you're just gonna see why, because we have the crime scene photo. This ghastly, fucking, brutal ass murder. All right, you know what's gonna be here? What's gonna be? Here's your victims. These are your victims. Look at them. See? You see the thumbnail, right? Those are victims. Here's the deal. That's 4 of them. 2 boys and 2 girls. Looks like a mother and father. Listen, this is either a personal matter here, because this crime scene is really gonna tell us a lot. So it's either gonna be solved by, not solved, but direction of killers. If you find these killers, obviously you solve the crime. The thing is to find the profile of the killer. All right, because then you're gonna narrow down your killer list very, very slimmer, and you're gonna find out who it is. So profile, taking this time, whether he knows it or not. That either to me brings, like I said, personal or location. Like he's taking his time because of location, because he knows it's personal. He wants to take his time. Doesn't give a shit if he gets caught or not. Thanks for the 2 likes. Really appreciate it. We're getting to 10. We will get there. We're gonna get somewhere with this murder, with the Keddie murders. It's an unsolved quadruple murder that occurred over the night of April 11th through the 12th, 19th. We'll go back on Wiki. Fuck the Google little AI. Google, when you Google something, it says AI, whatever. Thanks for the 3 likes. I don't know, I'm not sure what that means. But either way, we're going in Keddie, California, United States. Guys, 3 likes already. I really appreciate you. Thank you for joining me for the Keddie murders. Hey, Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Leslie, how are you? Do you know about the Keddie murders? We're covering them tonight on the channel, on the Real Grandma Viewer channel. I appreciate your time, Leslie. How are you? It is Wednesday, and it's like 11 p.m. on my time. So, wow, 5 likes. It's shot up. Thank you. We're getting to 10. I think we're going to get to 10 already. 10 minutes in. Thank you, guys. We're jumping right in to these cases. Like any kind of crime or murder, guys, unfortunately, you don't get a heads up. So, like, the Real Reviewer catches your true crime community off guard. And, okay, so, Leslie, there's going to be a cabin here, all right? Let me set this up for you. So, there's a cabin here. I got the location back in 1981, April night, 11 and 12. I don't know the weather report out here, but you could say it could be a stormy night. Kind of like, right now where I'm at, it's not stormy, it's late. So it's kind of like this, 11, 12. But here's cabin 26. Thanks for the 6 likes, guys. And, this is 26, and it happened over here in cabin 28. And this is where 28, Leslie. Oh, I'm good, Leslie. Thank you. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you're doing well. Thanks for coming to the channel here. Look at this. This is where it was, Leslie. It's not there no more because they tore it down because of a massive crime scene. I have the photos. We're going to go through them because we're going to study those. Those are going to be studied to solve this crime. Not to solve it, but to get a profile on the killers. Killers. They think more than one, huh? So this is the cabin where the murder took place. I think this is what the cabin, like, see? That's what kind of it would look like. Isn't that something? Like, it looks really like Evil Dead-ish, Friday the 13th-ish, but definitely Evil Dead-ish. And then you have cabin 28. It doesn't exist. I might be able to find some ruins there. But this is what we're looking at here. I want to get a zone out of the area. But yes, that's what we're going to do here, is get the profile. And I think the crime scene photos are coming in a moment, guys. We're going to slide over to them in a moment. But I want to get the visual. I want to get the location as a profile myself here. Yeah, criminal profiler. Basically, yes, this is what we do here on the channel. You guys help out. Leslie says, yes, it does look scary, doesn't it? Yeah, that outside of that cabin, I wasn't prepared for that, Leslie, because they tore it down. And I know I got crime scene photos, but imagine in 1981, it being fresh and more secluded, more lonely. Maybe even that cabin number wasn't even there next to it at the time, but I think there was a cabin or two neighbor. We're going to go through this Wikipedia. I like Wikipedia because it does broad stroke it, all right? No point there, but no, it gives us not too much detail, and not even enough for us to fill in. We'll do Occam's here. So we're going to stay on Occam's razor, and we're just going to go with profile. We're going to stick on a profile on the crime scene photos when we get to those in a moment. So the murderer is going to take his time. The murderer is going to take their time. This is a brutal murder. It's a brutal killing. We're going to take a look at this. And it's going to be 4 people. It looks like a mother, 2 sons and a friend or something like that, and a daughter. But it's going to be victims were clockwise. So it's Sue Sharp here. This would be John Sharp, I believe, and Dana Wingate. And then Dana Wingate and Tina. I don't know. I think there's 3 girls. I can't tell. I can't tell, man. But either that might tell something. Wait a second. Sue, John, Dana, and Tina. Wait, hold on a second. Sue, John, Dana, Tina? That's Tina? All right, let's take a look. All right, keep it real. Remember, I'm keeping it real, double E, guys, because what is this kill over? Is that over that? I don't know, guys. It's, it's 81 transgender shit like that, binary. It really ain't flying then, Not even the civil rights shit is flying. Imagine doing that shit. Ex-Brandon Tina in the 90s. I don't know if you guys heard about that case. That was an issue. Matthew Shepard as well. That was a transgender. That was just straight gay. He got it the worst. Man. So the victims were Glenna Susan Sue Sharp. Okay. Daughter Tina Lois Sharp. Okay. So we'll just say the 2 here. Daughter, son. Okay, it's her son, John Stephen Sharp. Okay. Very good. And John's friend, Dana Hall Wingate. Okay, so Dana could be a boy. Dana White. You know what I mean? Ah, shit. So that's all right. So this friend, guys, right off the bat, the friend Dana is going to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay. He thinks he's at the right place at the right time, but he's going to be at the wrong place at the right time. Wrong time, excuse me. I don't know if the killer knows he's going to be there. There's going to be 4, possibly 2, maybe 3, but 4, that's a lot of people. A lot of people even to cook for, prepare for, you know? But, okay, the murders took place in the house number 28. Guys, I showed you where that was, top down, aerial shot, maps, Google Maps, and number 28 of the Keddie Resort. The bodies of Wingate, Sue, and John Sharp were found on the morning of April 12th by Sue's 14-year-old daughter, Sheila, who had been sleeping at a friend's house. Curious. Okay. Okay, why was she sleeping at the friend's house? I'm not. Where is this friend's house? How could she show up? You see, guys, you see that isolated location I showed you? You know, you got to go back to 81. There's basically take everything off the map, except maybe a cabin of 3. Shit. You notice I said a cabin of 3, not a cabin of 2, because I'm giving 3. Okay, that confuses me. Okay, so she had been sleeping at a friend's house. So Sue's 2 younger sons, Rick and Greg, as well as their friend Justin Smart, were also in the house, but are unharmed. Tina was missing from the scene. Okay, this. Let me put the phone down, guys. I'm just getting tired holding this damn phone. I have a fucking selfie stick. I gotta set that shit up in a pod that'll follow me around and shit. It's supposed to be cool, but I just can't. I'm gonna set it up right now. All right. What is that? Oh shit. So what is this, everyone? What is this? Guys, Sue's 2 younger sons here, Rick and Greg, as well as their friend Smart, they were also in the house, but they were unharmed. Tina was, well, what the fuck is this? This he says, how horrible for the daughter to discover. It is, isn't it? 14 years old, walks in on this shit. Tina remained a missing person until April of 1984, guys. 3 years, Leslie, 3 years, when her skull and several other bones were recovered at Camp 18, California, near Feather Falls in Butte County, about 62 miles from Keddie. Multiple leads and suspects were examined in the intervening years, but no charges were filed. Several new leads were announced in the 21st century, including the discovery of a hammer in a pond, the 2016 discovery of new DNA evidence in a pond. That's cool. Good shit, they're not giving up. But let's take a look at this location, Feather Falls, right in Butte County. Give me a second, I didn't know that was actually another location. Okay. Is that Feather? That's cool, Feather Falls. What is it? Can't remember. I just read it, guys, and I can't really. My mind is Feather Falls, Butte County, Butte County. Excuse me, Butte County, I think. Let's go to the next. Feather Falls. Here we are. Hit Google Maps. Got it. Bang on the 2009 IMAX. Thanks for 6 likes, guys. We're getting to 10. I'll tell you that. The Keddie cabin murders. We're going through the crime scene in a moment. Interesting about younger sons, isn't it? Yeah, so Leslie says these 4 people were killed. Yeah, they were killed in the cabin, right? The 14-year-old daughter was staying at a friend's house. Leslie comes in, finds it. I'm going to show you what she finds. Okay? But then she finds, like you said, yeah, interesting about the younger sons. Yeah, all 3 of them. Just fine. Didn't know the massacre happened. Do you all believe that? This looks like playtime, doesn't it? Guys, when I show you this crime scene, it looks like fucking playtime. What the fuck is that, though? Like, why isn't this shit solved? No way. No way they were sleeping. No fucking way they're sleeping with this murder scene, guys. I'm about to show you the most worst massacre probably we ever seen here on the channel. No, it's not. We've seen some shit already. Guys, give me a second. We're going to go through it. So, Feather Falls. I'm just looking at where the skull is found. Who would take this body all the way out here? 62 miles. Who could drive? The kids could drive 62 miles? How old's their friend? So if what I could do is track this location from the cabin, and see how much time it takes, how many miles exactly, right? Of course, I don't know exactly where the skull is exactly found, but we could just round it off and we take margin of error, and leave a margin for error. But yeah, guys, it's very rural here. It's like Lumping Road and stuff, and yeah, Feather Falls. It's right here marked, Feather Falls. A little area here. So who would be out here? And why would they go Feather Falls Trailhead? You got Rogerville. California is a fuck. Wow. Shit's scary. You can get lost out in this motherfucker, huh? Very easily. Especially moving around in 1981 on a map. You have to know the area. Guys, stop for a minute. This guy knows the area. Give me a moment. So 1981, you're going to know this area like the back of your fucking hand. All right? Who's doing this? No way they're following a map, driving around with a fucking body. You know, it sounded like they took the body for pleasure. You know, it really does. Maybe these kids were really scared and they were just staying in the house. So they sound like they kidnapped a girl here because one of them, the person liked her, or one of the killers did. But you got to know the area. So he's taking his time. He knows the areas. I would say areas. All right? He knows the state. He knows the state. Knows state. Okay? He's a local. Like a local. But not like local. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not local. These places don't look local. You know what I mean? The Keddie cabin's not local. But you're going to have taken your time. You're going to have knows the area. Even the state itself. And he's kind of local. But not what you think local. But so that's why he takes his time. Because not because he's in the middle of nowhere. And he knows no one's coming to save these people. He doesn't know that for sure. You don't always know how the perfect plan's going to, everything's perfect. It doesn't always go to plan, right? So taking your time is because he knows the area, the state, and he's local, like he knows. All right, so we're good with that. I'm all right with that for now. I'm not 100% on that profile, but we're going to leave it there. Because what was really jotting me is a possibility there could be two, they're saying. We're going to get to the crime scene. So, but there is 3 younger sons, right, Leslie? There's 3 younger sons. So there is more than plenty in that house to handle business, like in this massacre we're going to watch. Leslie says, I'm sorry, where did this happen? This happened in Keddie Cabin in California. And I got just the coordinates, but Keddie, California, at the Keddie Resort. Cabins here, and the number 28 cabin. Somebody walked in there and massacred 4 people. A mother, a son, a daughter, and a friend. Petey read, hey Petey, there's a whole documentary on this case. Petey, I remember seeing that documentary, dude. It was really good. Dude, Petey, this is like, you talk Evil Dead come to life without the comedy, done right, like 2013's Evil Dead, and Jason, this shit. What is this? 1981. This happens, I bet you there was plenty, like, right? I don't know if Friday the 13th wasn't out, was it? But that is amazing. Was it? Give me a second on that. Who is this? Like, guys, what really strikes me is going to be the variety here. I think that's going to go through the killing. The only way to solve this is going to be to do the profile. The profile and the crime scene. That's the only way we're going to get what we want. So Friday the 13th is 1980, guys. So it did come out. So Friday the 13th came out in 1980. All right, this murder takes place in 1981. Give me a moment. What I want is the month this came out. Is it October? It's May. So May 9th of 1980, this came out. This murder takes place April 11th through the 12th of 1981. Do it the whole day period, pretty much. 12-hour period, a little day. I don't know for sure. So 1981. So this is the whole year. This Friday the 13th's been out. And you got a cabin in the fucking woods. Even Evil Dead's probably been out, right? I don't give a shit about that. Friday the 13th is good shit. Okay. Reminds me, but it's more than one, they're saying? So let's take a look. So Feather Falls. Okay, we're fine with that. We got Feather Falls. Multiple leads and suspects were examined. Let's take a look. Background. So is it important in this case, guys? That's all right, Leslie. Take your time, guys. You're not obligated to stay here. I appreciate you even sitting here and listening. You're not obligated to speak or like or do nothing. I appreciate the 6 likes and for your time. So thank you, Leslie. You can do whatever you guys like. Petey says they try to say the neighbor did it. Leslie says, holy cow. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that'd be cool to see. I saw the doc. Leslie says, yes, I think it was out. Petey Red says they try to say the neighbor did it. Really? Okay. Okay, Petey. Not bad. Leslie says a billion. Hey, Shanann, lucky number 7 now. Yes, number 7. Lucky number 11, right? I like that. Top partner style. How are you, Shanann? Thanks for making it 7. We're gonna get to 10. Let's get to 28 for the kitty cabin. 28 maybe. Jeez. But yeah, we're just profiling Shanann, the killer here, and/or killers to the kitty cabin murders massacre. So yeah. Hey, Brenda. Thanks, Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. Hi, Shanann. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brenda, making it 8. All right, let's go, right? Let's get to 10. All right, 11, 13 already, you know. I really, guys, man, to be back here to do these cases, to review them, to go over them, to rant on them, to real rant review them is just an honor with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, for liking and just chatting it up. Brenda, thank you. Shanann, thank you. Leslie, thank you. Petey, thanks a lot. You guys are awesome. And the 7 likes out there. And everybody just watching. Appreciate you. Petey Red says, Shanann says, what are we talking about? The neighbor did it. Yeah, we're talking about the kitty murders here, cabin murders. Shanann, a family was murdered, a family of 4. A mother and 3 or 2 a mother and 2 children and a friend was murdered out here in the kitty cabin, like Friday the 13th style, basically. And we're just go through the crime scenes, Shanann. I didn't show them yet. They're very gruesome, but we're gonna go through them. And it's a quadruple murder. 4 people murdered in the cabin. Nobody knows who did it. And they're gonna find one of these victims years later, their skull, about 62 miles away. And this is a cold case. Nobody knows who did it. They think it might be a team of killers here and or a serial killer. And there are even 2, like Henry Lee Lucas and the other dude, Otis Toole, whatever. So there's a possibility. So these are very, it's still going. The cabin was demolished. It looks like we're over the top of it, you know, on Google Maps. And it's not there no more. So that's what we're doing. PD Rand says, but they couldn't prove it because back then they didn't have the technology. See, PD, that's what I'm thinking about when it comes to even solving this case, though. Like, you know, to finding the killer would be to that we could do it more so now because we do have the technology, like they're saying, right, PD? And then you're saying then they didn't have the technology to catch him now. It's like, well, we got the technology now to catch him then and now. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. We could time travel, DeLorean this shit. We just got to promote where to look, you know, like where to look. Like you want to look at the neighbor, huh? Well, let's take a look, right? I got to get re-familiarized, PD. But you're on this case, brother. Thank you. Or I don't want to assume gender, but thank you, PD. You can bring your expertise on this, man, or your thoughts and your theories. What do you think? What do you think about the neighbor, PD? In your book, man, is that hold water? Does it hold a lot of weight? Shanann, you seem like you love just chatting about crime. I think our generation raised some smoking steaks was cool, though. In order, the crime channel is like 40, like me, everyday detective. You know what, guys? You know, I look at my analytics sometimes. I do, and I look, and yes, Shanann, it says like what I look at is my audience. I really do. I'm interested in who is male, who is female. I'm interested in also, yeah, that the what is he saying? The fucking the age range, guys. I'm interested in who's out there, who's listening to what I'm saying for the longest, or who is who's watching my shit age wise. So yes, Shanann, you're so right. Exactly. I come from that, guys. The hardcore shit. I was telling my kids. I said my mother was smoking. As my father was smoking cigarettes right in the car, right? The smoke blowing in my face. You know. I said, but I, you know, turned out all right. But it's like, you know, that's the life. You know, they trying to do a lot better than we were. That you, Shanann, you're right. I come right from that. Yeah, my mother still watched the crime channels at 4 in the morning, getting up. I had to go to work. She's up there watching these crime. I'm like, Dad, damn, like hearing all this fucking murder shit in this guy's voice. Excuse me, the guy's creepy voice. Yeah, I'm like, and the people like, you know, telling the crime and crying. But yes, Shanann, you're so right. And thank you. Yeah, I do like talking about true crime because it's true. And I like seeing the real about it. And I like knowing things we're not supposed to about it because it's there in our face. I do believe Occam's razor. And I haven't, you know, we've lived it, right? So I'm sure we all have our true crime experience. And you can tell it comes from the heart. And I kind of know what I'm talking about here and there when it comes to certain things. Not when it comes, I don't talk about things I don't know about. You know, when it comes to the DNA matching, the genetic, you know, shit like that. I don't do that, guys. I leave that to the experts and their job. They get paid for it. Me, I'm a profiler. That's what I do here. We profile the crime scene, the victims, and the murderer, and or caught or not. And that's what we do. Cases that have been solved, unsolved, and or missing. And I review everything, to movies, to crimes, to I do readings. I do all kinds of things. So I create content, but I'm not like creative. You know what I mean? I'm not creative, but I do create content. I'm a creator. You're good. You're good, PD. I'm sorry. I'll get to the comment. Don't worry about it. I'll get there. I'm sorry, guys. Brenda says, no seatbelts when I was a kid. Yeah, exactly. No seatbelts either. My sister went through almost through the windshield, but went up it. And then she fell out the car, too, another time. You know, my father that didn't believe in seatbelts either, Brenda. It cost my sister a couple of bangs and booms. It cost me one, too. DA said, DA, hey, DA. DA says, who's the stiff tonight who wound up on a platter? And it ain't a good platter, is it, guys? We think it'd be that fucking human platter, you know, we all like, right? Whatever your taste is, whatever your meal you order on the menu. I never tried a human platter, but holy shit, I don't mind even being one. But yeah, cool, DA. Yeah, I like that. You come to the right channel, people. They're weird. You can leave now. No, but thank you, DA. Yeah, it's going to be the Keddie Cabin Murders, 4 stiffs. They're going to get locked up here, man. It's going to be a fucking Friday the 13th is released 1980, guys. This happens in 81, a year later. It's just like Jason. It's a fucking massacre, yo. We're going to go through the crime scene photos. Thanks for joining up, because, DA, you're right in time. It's going to be 4 bodies, a family, and a friend, murked, kids involved. They're going to find one of the kids years later, guys, 62 miles out. All right? But there's going to be 3 other kids in the house here, apparently. And they're not going to hear a fucking thing. Guys, we'll see what the evidence is, all right? We're going to take a look at the crime scene. But the whole thing to solve this is going to be the crime scene. Of course, whatever they got physically, cut your tech down majorly, guys. Major tech fucking shit. This person, we already got a profile, everyone. Already got some few things. He's taking his time. Whether it's the area or not, he knows the area. He's got to have a map to do this, and that's like having GPS. He knows it. He's a local, but not local like you think, but he knows the state. He knows the woods, you know? He knows how to get this done. He might be even a experienced hunter. I don't know, man. This guy's a fucking... He's a guy or 2, guys. We're going to go through this quadruple murder. 4 of them. Middle of nowhere. Hey, 70s chick. Sorry, guys. Shanann says, ooh, yeah. Shanann says, oh, yeah. The Unsolved Mystery. That one guy whose son went missing. Ooh, I gotta remember that. PD Red, what's up, brother? Don't worry about you. Leave that comment, PD Red. It's all good. Shanann says, sad when it's kids. It is the saddest thing, guys. I have children, right? I didn't always have children. I was a child as well. So I kind of know, like, not, even from not having kids, I know what it feels like to have empathy and sympathy for other children. Because I was a child. And I did care for other kids and friends. And you know, we thought like kids. 76 says, we can think like that now if you really want to. 76 says, in the right way. 76, I have heard about this case where, back from that chapter, I want to hear that you have to say about it. 76, remember the case? I remember, I listened to that chapter before. He's cool, man. You know, like I said, guys, I work hard on presenting this stuff in a documentary type form, which is really well. But, you know, with YouTube and the restrictions that they have, the way that they're going to tell you it and show you is not going to be, and you're not going to be able to interact. You know, guys, you're going to interact after the comment's done. It's going to be, you want to interact with your theories.
My game glitched.
Nice, bro.
What if my game glitched?
Nice, Holmes.
My game was glitched, but I still won.
Well, it's because you're the best. You're really good.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? My game was glitched and I won.
Yeah, he did. Sorry, he wants to come. He wants to share his victory, right, guys? He likes to share. That's good. I wish you guys. I love you guys. Wish you guys all success, and I can't wait to hear good things that happen to you. You know, but yes, unfortunately, bad things do happen. Wrong place, wrong time. And I have been there, and maybe I'll be there again, and it could cost me more than just a broken ankle or a broken finger. Shanann, yeah, hey, that 70s girl, that nice. Yes, she is 70s girl. You guys can be it. That's it. Mash it up. DA says tarot cards aren't reliable. I see the future by hands like goat bones in a cauldron. Holy shit. Well, who's the Axeman in New Orleans, man? Tell us, DA. Brenda, could it be drug related? Yeah, Brenda, it could be drug related because this is a fucking massacre. Somebody's got to be on drugs, or they get a kick out of this shit. Wait till you see this, Brenda. Yeah, so you're right, Brenda. It could be drug. I'll write down that word. I don't mind writing down that word, drugs. That is a good. It's not a good word, but it's a good word in this case, because you know what, Brenda. You know, this profile, this killer, maybe it is drugs force. Guys, drugs will fucking fuel you. But 81? Damn, dude. He can't get a little shot of methadone or some shit, man. He can't get nothing on 81? Yeah, he's not gonna get it out in this house, you know, Brenda. He's not gonna get it out here. What is he fucking tweaking big time? Maybe, Brenda, maybe he followed them and sees big riches, but there's no riches, right? We're gonna see. We'll go through the details. Like as far as evidence. That's all we're really gonna get here is evidence. 76. I went through a windshield one time, 70 miles an hour, full stop. Holy shit. Yeah, and you think, yeah, I don't know, from the inside, right? It's crazy. Do you think the windshield, but the windshield kind of protects you from the outside all the time, and all of a sudden when you go through it from the inside, it never fucking does the job. Damn, 70s chick. I hope you're probably still feeling effects from that. DA says, Shanann, 70s. Yep, hey guys, that's it. Chop it up. Let's cook it up in here. Shanann, you know I was watching something. You like maybe how the AMT of serial killers peaked in the 80s and now it's dying off, and they were trying to explain why. Yeah, the amount of serial killers, right? You know why? Wait, I had a theory on it. Wait, Shanann, I had a theory that wasn't tech. Hold on. My theory is this. Shanann, the reason for the drop in serial killer rates is because it turns into a mass shooter. Okay? It turns into a mass shooter or a slight double kill. Or a self-destructive kill with taking a couple other people out. And that's your serial killer. You know, they're very less now because of the I believe the mass shooter situation. Thanks for the 10 likes, guys. We did it. Now, the real review will be covering some mass shooters coming up. I'm very touchy, though, about a few things because like I said, they accuse me of promoting these criminals as criminal organizations and hate crimes, that I'm promoting them, thereby demonetizing my channel, copyrighting every video I make, and burying me in the algorithm. So people that want to talk live on these true crime known cases or get to know them and put their theory down and to investigate them live, we don't get to do that because we got to wait for these videos to come out once a month and then leave a comment and never get a response. And you want to chop it up real quick. So, but you never put my stream up there so we could do it once a month. Put me up there one time. Put me up there in the recommendation. But thank you, Shanann. You know, you're right. You're right. It has declined. And they think it's because of tech. I don't think so at all. A true serial killer don't give a shit about tech. They didn't care about it then. They'll always bypass it. Those sidestep landmines. They don't mind getting blown up. So you think they mind getting blown up? Yeah, they do. The profile here is they mind getting blown up. No, they don't. That's the whole point of this thing, dude. You know, you gotta act like you care. Their whole life is an act. They have to act like they care, like a normal person cares about death. They gotta care about dying. Like, no, I don't want to die. Right? Exactly. That's what a normal person would say. Who the fuck wants to, So that's why they act like that. 76 says, yes, Chad. Yes, DA. This is the Oregon choke trap. No, it's not. No, that was later, I think, because they solved that. They did solve that. It was a serial killer that did it. You're right, DA. Not going to cover that one. It's been solved. And I kind of heard that on some show, like a true crime show back in the day, right? It was this yogurt that took him in the back in execution style. I don't think anything was really robbed either, right? Shanann, oh, sounds so cute. Thank you, Shanann. Thank you, guys. He's up late. It's summer, guys. School starts in, like, I think 2 or 3 weeks. So I got to get the school supplies. I got to get the backpack for him. And I have shoes and stuff like that and some clothes. So we're going to get him on the bus, guys, in a few weeks. And, yeah, when the kids go, that's just sad. It's sad for me. It's hard for me. I don't want it. Yeah, guys, I know what the right thing is to put him on the bus. The school tells me that, I had problems with the school, everyone. Me and my ex-wife had problems with the school. I don't agree. I never agreed with some of the school's ways, even when I was a child. I don't agree with some things. And I don't like the bullying. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with putting hands on anyone. It's a big problem for me. Shanann says, yep, thank you, Shanann. I hope everything's well with your family, Shanann. 76 says, I like the way you present things. Thank you, 70s, Jake. Guys, I want to do it in a way where we are all together. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting. Oh, man, thanks for the compliment. You know what? I'm going to take a compliment. That's what I'm going to do. How about that? I'm going to take the compliment. Thank you, 70s, Jake. Take it like a man. Thank you, 70s, Jake, so much. You're so sweet, so great. You guys are so great to me. Shanann says, yes, score. Woo! Dia says, hi, cameo. Whoa. 76 says, W, win. Shanann Maya says, especially 80s stuff. Yeah, 80s stuff. I'm more 90s, and early 2000s. But I love early 90s. I love 1990s to the 99, and then I do love early 2000s. So, and then I like anything up to 2010. I'll show love to, and then after that, guys, we start going shit downhill. We really start going downhill after that. I don't know what happens. I'll even give it after 2001, but you know, there's still a little bit of love after that. Hey, Brenda. Brenda said the area is rural versus crank. It is, isn't it? That area is scary, yo. Scary, scary, scary. How? But see, we can't be scared by it, Brenda. Thanks for the 11 likes. Really, thank you. Let's get it to 20. How about that? Thank you, guys. We're still going strong here. I got 69% charge. I'm going to the phone dies. I'm telling you that. This one is worth it. You guys are worth it. Thanks for joining me tonight on the late 11:30 night stream. Whatever you got to do tomorrow, we're going to get it done. We're going to beat tomorrow's ass like it owes us money. All right, guys? That's what I think. Every day when I wake up, I'm going to beat today's ass like it owes me cash. And that's it. Come home and sit on it. All right? Yeah, no. Ooh, boy. It's so, but the thing is, Brenda, this person has to know this area like that then, right? Why would you risk going out to the woods and committing a quadruple murder and actually being killed yourself possibly if you cut yourself or an animal or you get lost, you die, there's no water out there. Guys, you got to take off all these cabins and everything, just leave maybe one or two. Like you said, a neighbor, right? Somebody shouted out the neighbor. I believe that was Petey. They're blaming the neighbor here apparently. We'll get to that, who the list of suspects is. The team's pretty short. It's got to be, Brenda, right? The list of got to be short if you do this. And carry the body, guys, is going to be found 62 miles. One of the bodies, a girl. The skull will be found 3 years later, 62 miles out at Feather Falls. Rural area. Dumped skull. Not even a full corpse. So, who the fuck would do that? Who knows the area? Who's going to do that with a map, right? With a body in the trunk or, you know, possibly alive and or dead even. And to take the time to pull over and look at a map on the road, guys, this is not no cell phone. You got to pull over. It's illegal to have your light on like that to ride in the day. You get pulled. So you know about this, right, guys? That's right. Shanann, 70s, everybody, like Brenda, right? You got to come in here. Everybody, you know what I mean? That is, you know, cut tech out. Who is this motherfucker? Like, he's got to be caught. You know, he's not Superman. He's not flying around the woods. He's not have a cell phone. He's on the ground. You know, he's hand to hand. He literally, guys, this crime scene we're going to look at is hand to hand. It's fucking hand to hand. But nobody can go hand to hand with these suckers. It's either two of them or one of them. And even if it's one of them, he's acting like two. So take the one, acts like two. He's a fucking beast, all right? He's taking off all four. He's taking off whoever walking through the door. I don't know why he doesn't awake the daughter that walks in, guys. The daughter will find these bodies massacred in the cabin in the morning. This murder will take place over the course of possibly a day. Possibly 12 hours or more. Don't know what this person's doing besides murder. Murder could take a few minutes. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, drawing out, but one of them is alive. So he's going to be alive because you're going to take him from this location cabin to that other location dump site I told you where the skull was found. He takes one of the daughter. He takes the daughter over there. So this person's intentions are what? Well, we can fucking surmise, yeah? It's not robbery. He's got to murder these people. Why does he murder these people, though? Why don't they just take the girl and leave? Why murder everybody? Because they're witnesses? I don't get it, guys. It's a little bit overkill. This person has an intention that I don't think is. Shanann says, my seatbelt saved my life. I hit the steering wheel so hard my ribs broke and poked a hole in my car. Oh my God, I woke up with 30 stitches. Good theory. Holy shit, Shanann. That's wild. Wow. That is wild. Thanks for sharing that, though. I never heard of something like that. I see anything is possible, huh? Damn, I don't like fast things. I don't like fast things. Brenda says, or they are caught before they are labeled a serial killer. Oh, because you guys like that theory, right? Oh, you like that, right? Okay, yeah, I was thinking that too, guys. No. Real viewers was thinking just like you. Thanks for the 12 likes, guys. Yeah, I was thinking why the less serial killers? I was like, guys, there's a couple videos we do here where I do random cold cases, and we come to realize that there is a serial killer possibly connected to these cold cases, and they haven't announced it. All right, yeah. So there's two. I think there's two we did. Here, the Rear Viewer channel. Guys, check them out. It's like one's a serial killer possibly in Florida, and one is in Boston. But they're just not saying because they're holding it. It's stuff that they know that we're not supposed to know that we get off the internet. We profile these crime scenes and the victims themselves, and it leads to the criminal, to the perpetrator, and then we start doing the perpetrator. We realize, oh my gosh, this has an MO. a modus operandi, which is Latin for a mode of operation, a constant mode, a pattern. So thank you, though. Yeah, more shooters, guys, more shooters. It's very much easier now to get out your car and handle business. All right? If you want it, you get it. That's it. That's the point now. It's like McDonald's. You go to the drive-thru, you want your shit served hot or you want it cold. You know, that's it. And if you want to go, you go. You rumble. It's it. Guys, you have a bad fucking day and you're like, yo, that's it. I want to slap a motherfucker. You go out there and you do it. And that's how it is. There's no repercussions. There's no thought. And there's nothing to it. So it's like, wow. You know, we got problems, especially the shooter guys to pick up this weapon and be able to obliterate people. Like there was an In-N-Out shooter, guys. Did you see the In-N-Out shooter? They're talking about how this one employee comes out there, guys. I'm starting to smirk because listen to me, you know, listen to me very closely. When you're looking at this surveillance footage and you're seeing the shooter, I'm going to read the chat, but guys, really, you brought up a good point here. I don't do streams on shooters just yet. You noticed that. You know, YouTube's already buried my ass over Elliot Rogers, that shooter, the Supreme Gentleman. So, you know, I can't even speak about the Supreme. I can't even say that word, but everybody else can and get hundreds of K views. But me, no, I get 10 views on a short, and I get demonetized for the short. Wow. So I'm always complaining about that because it's never right. But what was I saying? Yeah, the shooters, man. You know, that's the deal. It's that easy to get a gun. It's that easy. It's easier than a knife. It's cleaner. It's simple. It's detached from reality. It's detached from desensitized. You shoot it from a mile away. You get close, or you self-destruct with it. So it's easy. It's easy. It's easy to obtain. And it's easy to pull. So it's like we gotta these movies, these shows, the games. Yeah, it has numbed the generation coming up. So they're just even more beastly. And you're like, how is it? How? And you're like, well, what do you mean how? You know how. They're trained, like the fucking army. But yes, it is a beautiful mountain, isn't it? Brenda says, yes, it's a beautiful mountain. Definitely. Shanann says, I think we all flock if they used it, but they could actually solve the crime. But yeah, I agree. Zoe says, hello. Hi, Zoe. You give me the heart. Oh, that's so nice. Hi, Zoe. Sorry, guys. I'm getting to the chat. There you go, Zoe. Thanks for saying hello. I don't know how far I am from the bottom. Oh, my God. I'm so slow. Sorry, guys. I'm on my mobile. Lives off the grid. Yeah, that's what it seems. Shanann, I bet if they had no evidence, no more facts. Possibly. 76. I don't really remember what I listened to about this case, but I do remember that part of it. That's it. The skull. Yup. 62 miles. This person took the girl, kept her alive or dead, whatever. I don't know what's in the necrophilia. You guys don't ask me. I thought it's easier to transport someone when they're dead, but if you want them for the purposes of something else, of assault, you would keep them alive for that. We know that. Todd Cohen help or whatever, guys, right? The serial killer puts him in a fucking storage container for that. DA, what state did the murders happen in? That is going to be Keddie, California. It'll be the state of California. These murders will take place quadruple. April 11th through 12th of 1981, about a year, right after a year of Friday the 13th being released. And this kind of resembles that. It's a fucking massacre, guys. He's going to use multiple weapons. There's going to be 4 victims. And I believe people are in this cabin while the murders are happening. And they don't hear it or come out, or they're scared shitless. Guys, what the hell is that? So there's a lot of other shit here. I gotta have to get my charger if we have to go deeper. So thanks to the 12 likes, guys. Let's get to 20. Yep, that's the state. Shanann, yes, Brenda is there. Train station nearby, homeless travel, but they need to show the family schedule. So Shanann, yes, trains. No, okay, there is a train track, so it is a train station there. Yeah, but I don't know if it was there in that year. Okay, but look. No, I want to cut out those things. I want to cut out a random traveler and shit like that. You know why? Because this person has some kind of mode of transportation other than train to take a fucking body or you know, or whatever, a head over to a 62-mile location. It's just, no. Like, this person isn't like that. Like, they're not like helpless dude, like, or people. You know, I'm saying, I don't, guys, we're going to look at the evidence together about this killer, get more in the profile, but a very good way to bring it up about a traveler, a drifter, one of those people. No. Opportunity, like, you know what I mean? Like, that person of opportunity that sees it. I know what you're saying, right? You know, no. I just don't see it in this. I just don't, because of location, because of what they have or maybe don't have. It's just too much of a, and what's going on inside. But very good, though, to know, right, you have to know the family schedule. You have to really be on it in 1981. And is that really on it? DA says possible SK in Houston too. Lady Bird like a ton of KF bodies, or maybe it's Austin. I heard that about possible Texas bodies. What, Austin? Yeah, DA. Possible Syria. Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the MO. You know, we got to look at research the MO. I look at Texas. We looked at Boston. We looked at Florida. We looked at what? We looked at Mass. Yeah, it was Massachusetts. Florida was in Boston, Mass. Florida's in Sarasota, something like that, some area, Southwest Florida area. But yeah, I'll check it out. DA, I'm interested, man, to notice those things. Shanann Maya, yeah, I live in Body No More, Murderland, aka Board. Really, Murderland, that's his shit. Shanann, what? DA says, yeah. Talk about serial killing in Boston last year, but nothing in the news. Got a while now. Yeah, it's that Boston one, dude. We cover this fucking thing, and we cover Karina. There's a murder with a Karina. She was found like Jack the Ripper shit, and the MO was strangulation though. And there was other girls found, just like her. So, and I did that with a Google search. I went to a site, and I go through murders for every year. I think 70. So somebody was there. Anyway, it's on my stream, guys. Check it out. I do the research on Karina, and that's where we find the killer, possibly. DS is Body More. Yeah, oh boy. Brenda says, Shanann, no train station nearby. There is one now. Like, there's something there now, but is it the train station? Yeah, there's a train. There's like a train station here now. The Depot Road or whatever. It's a depot, but take it out. Take it out in 81. You take it out. Even if it was there in 81, it's not like, no. Where's the road? How do they get out there? There's a road. There's a highway. Okay, cool. But, no. I just can't see the drifter. But maybe it'll come in, guys. Maybe it will come into play. And DA says Chris Watts married again soon. Ladies, why do these broads do this? Makes no sense. DA. The problem is the justice system, my friend. That's how I'm gonna answer that. 70s chick, so we had a vehicle. 70s chick, I don't know why they don't have tire tracks. I don't know how you're traveling with that body and or dead or alive or a head, even a head. What's he taking the head out in? Is he cutting the head off? Where's the body? Did he bury the body in another location and take the head? That's what I'm saying. Like, when this head is found, I don't know what else. We're gonna go through the evidence, 70s chick, and we'll answer that question in more detail. We're gonna go through this wiki, but great question. I'm thinking a vehicle, 2 people possibly. Then, if it's a vehicle involved, don't ask me why, but I sense that if there's a vehicle. Great question. We'll answer it. Yeah, I better cut the head off and take it separate. I don't know. There's a movie called High Tension, guys. This serial killer, in the beginning of the movie, he's doing nasty things to a head. All right, but he's not a killer. I don't want to ruin the movie. Check out I think I review it on my channel. Yep, I sure do. Shanann Maya, Boston, you'll get the corrupt poo-poo now. Popo now, poo-poo. They doing the crime. That's what I hear. Yeah, I heard that, Shanann. I heard. You know, I'm telling you, I rail on you hear my streams about the justice system and the police. It's very bad. DA, Shanann, yeah, it's awful. It has to be. DA says, Mass State Police, Canton, please try to frame Karen Reed for the killing of Boston cops. You know, probably, yeah, why not? Brenda, the train is freight. Nice. Okay, so it's not civil. DA, hung jury, first trial. The reason, I know, I heard. Shanann, I wonder if the body parts were separated and scattered. That's what I'm thinking, Shanann. Head cut off. And then maybe even scattered, like you said, body parts in pieces or whole, or apart from the head in 2. We don't know. There's possible dismemberment, possible hammer, saw, variety of tools used. Tools used, guys, not murder weapons, but instruments of death. You know what I mean? The tools used to commit murder and carry out death. DA. Oh, sorry, but yes, Shanann, you got it. We're going to be on that. Shanann, yes, do you watch it all? DA, watch it all. DA says O'Keefe was actually killed by other cops at Cops Bryan Albert House. Ooh, dirty. Cops are dirty. 70s chick, I heard about a woman who disappeared in Texas, and she's supposed to go to the old home and go the furniture and stuff, and her husband's going to meet her there and then take the new home. Really? It sounds an interesting case. Shanann, I just don't get the gist of it. Shanann, yes, poor Karen. But she was found deceased, really. Oh, good old MapQuest. Yeah, I love fucking map. I love Google Maps. Yes, Shanann, it's awesome. Guys, and check MapQuest, right? It's fucking you know, to do distances from where a body's found from the murder site. That's cool. To go over top of things when there's walls and you can't. To crime scenes, guys, we should never be to, because I'm sitting here and I can't travel and see what's around. It's really great. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to read. 76, I think I saw the other about the Texas, and I'm 48. Brenda says, oh, okay, that sounds good. Brenda says, killer new family. Wow. 76, I would think the person had to know someone who was living in the cabin. We'll get to that. Let's look at the evidence, because I know, dude, I'm going to go justice for those who can't afford it. You're right. That's cool. Dude, but no, you're not right. See, because then you're not justified in your justice, are you? If you're giving it just to the people that can't afford it and not to the rich, then it's not true justice, is it? Your justice has a price. Your justice is judgment. So you are a goat. You're not a sheep. You are a goat. But thank you, dude, I'm not a goat. DA, Ed Kemper chopped his mom's head off and used it as a dartboard. Genius, have like a giant 6-foot. DA, he is an interesting one. But he doesn't, because you said the size, he doesn't interest me in his kills, because he's killing something so weaker than him, that he's so big, you know. Yeah, I don't, his intelligence doesn't impress me or scare me more than his size. And he uses it in a way that's cowardly. That his intelligence is this small when he uses his size for something this big, or for this big. So he's no. But he's okay, but he's not really, the head part where he does his mother, and he does the mother's friend, right, DA? I think the mother's friend comes over, or he calls her over and does her. That's some dirty ass shit. That was some, and yes, the head with the dartboard. That's fucking wild. Shanann, and he says something, he speaks to her. He's like, wants to talk to her, right, man? And she ain't having it, and he's like, oh, that's it. He's like, you're dead. Shanann, yeah, I think you're right. Two is a nice way to do it, and to travel means an opportunity. For sure, possibly. DA, remember Garmin and navigation? I don't, but it sounds kind of familiar, but not really. DA says, well, yes, I'm also like you, opposed to Kemper murders. Well, yes, I'm also like you, opposed to Kemper murders. Well, yeah, but I mean, he's got a decent case. Let's put it this way, DA. He's got a decent case with the mother, maybe. But he can't do the rest. He's prowling around. I don't know what was his deal. Assault, was his deal a sexual thing? What was his deal, brother? I think it was, right. So he's 6'10". Oh, I don't even talk about it, man. What a fucking big baby. These big babies, everybody. I know they're intelligent and everything. I don't know. You know why they're intelligent. So I get it. Didn't he kill his fucking grandpa? DA, this man's murdering people when he's a kid with a shotgun. Come on, dog. You let this motherfucker out. What do you expect? Turn into a serial killer. But your dad says, shit, they're rabbit hole for me to look up, Ed. Yeah, I know. I mean, there's some really good documentary, though. I think these true crime shows from back in the day, the real hardcore shows, that really give you the shit. Ed Kemper was on. I remember just awaiting these killing shows, like the killers, like Ted Bundy. They were gonna play. And you know why? Because I waited for the interviews, and I waited for the victims' interviews, and I waited for the crime scene photos. And they never really showed the crime scene photos. And I was looking for the locations and the crime scene. They're like, so here was the murder. I'm like, oh, fucks yeah. And they show a picture, and I'm like, yeah, not blurred. I'm like, now I get to see exactly what the fuck they're talking about, what he's seeing, and what the victim went through. DA says his mom would berate him constantly. I heard, man. I fucking heard, dude. Well, he killed his grandpa. He killed his dad. Her dad, right? He fucking shotgun blast him. I'd be berating him too. Like, motherfucker. No, I'm joking. I know what you're saying. Let's get into the evidence, guys. Might be a cover one day. A Rolling Stone cover for us to cover. If that makes sense. All right, putting the phone down, guys, for a second. We gotta redo this background. So listen, guys. There's a background here, okay? Duda Googa Booga. That's the background. Now, let me give you the background. So you got the peeps, the quadruple. You got 4 peeps in the cabin, all right? So when they come to California here, she rented a small trailer formerly occupied by her brother at the Claremont Trailer Village in Quincy. The following fall, she moved to house number 28 in the rural Sierra Nevada railroad town of Keddie. You saw the railroad. We talking railroads. Cabin 28 showed you where it used to be, next to 26. The house was much larger than the trailer and became available when Plumas County Sheriff Sylvester Douglas Thomas vacated this property. There's a sheriff that lived there previous. Guys, with this case, I want you guys to go with me on this, all right? If you can. Everybody's going to be a suspect that's a male, all right? And I want you to look out for, like, friends, you know, a group of 2 or more, all right, that hang. So we're going to look for the, because we're just, I want you to just keep, don't bias it, but just keep an eye out, all right, for when we get to these. So there was a sheriff that lived there. We just talked about cops and how possibly dirty they could be. She resided there with their 15-year-old son, John, 14-year-old daughter, Sheila, and a 12-year-old daughter, Tina, and 2 younger sons, Rick and Greg. That's a lot of children. She fucking doing it, yeah? In 81. What's she in, Studio 54? What's the deal here? Gotta take her out in the boondocks to stop her from procreating? What's the deal? I don't mind. Let her pop out 6 or 7. I want 10. I wish I would have had 10, but you know, guys, I'm glad I didn't, or I'd be 10 minutes away from the graveyard. You know what I mean? I got a hard enough time raising myself. I'm a grown man. I'm still raising myself. You believe that shit? If I'm still learning and able to learn, I must be still raising myself. That's fucked up. Somebody says, I'm never too old to learn. You're like, oh, shit. That means you're never old. DA. Sorry, guys. 70s chick. Oh, man. Something keeps bumping me out to YouTube home. Really weird. I'm sorry about that 70s chick. I fucking hate the mobile, guys. I'm sorry about I can't keep up with the chat and do 2 things at once. I have one iMac 2009 and one stupid iPhone. 76 says, one of my good friends lived in Quincy for a while. Not too familiar with Quincy, but that's cool to know. You're familiar with the area, you can get details. Shanann used to be sheriff's old house. Yeah, a sheriff's old house. Says, thank you, DA. Nice. Shanann says, boom. Booyah. Yeah. Talk to me, Shanann. What are you thinking? Shanann says, might have grabbed something as collateral damage, thinking when they were cherry kids. Yeah, it was everybody's a suspect. So let's put it this way, right? Let's say it's the sheriff. Just right off the bat, bam, right? Does he match the profile? Okay? Does he match? So he's a cop. All right? Someone said drugs, right? All right. Sure. Cops fuck with drugs, right? So I put cops, guys, okay? So we have a profile. Let's see if it fits the cop. So drugs, yeah, they do. Cops fuck with that. Bang. All right? Arrow to the drugs for the cops. Local, I said. We said local, possible local. Yeah, cop has got to be possible local, right? A cop has to know the area, right? He has to be car, right? Transportation, yeah, car. He'd have a patrol car, wouldn't he? Yeah, he would. He'd have a patrol car to be able to move freely, right? So freely move without detection, right? So yeah, they know the area. That's good. All right, now we're fucking getting somewhere. Hold on. Knows the area, taking his time. Yeah, taking his time. Guys, this reminds me of the missing case where this person dressed up as a fake po-po ho, and fucking went around taking their time around this motherfucker because they knew they could explain it away once they got caught. But this person's an actual cop. That's even better. So taking his time. It fits the profile. Guys, it fits the profile. But what else do we have, okay? Now, we're not going to take this cop and make him fit the profile. He's going to fit it on his own. Because we just did this profile before. We did these words before, this behavior before. And then it matches a cop. Here he is. Let's go on, though. Could be something else. On April 11th, 1981, at around 11:30 a.m., guys, that's in the morning, Sue, Sheila, and Greg drove from the residence of their friends, the Meeks family, to retrieve Rick, who was attending baseball tryouts. So, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if there's a bat used in this. Keep that in mind. Baseball tryouts at Gesner Field. They happened upon John and his friend Dana hitchhiking. All right, and they drove. Anyways, around 2 hours later, around 3:30 p.m., John and Dana hitchhiked back to Quincy, where they may have had plans to visit friends. Around this time, the boys were seen in the city's downtown area. Okay, that same evening, Sheila had plans to spend the night with blah, 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 blah. Because this is all blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm filling you with blah, 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 when we shouldn't be on that. We should be on, you know? Booga, booga, guys. Okay? Murders and discovery. This is where we want to be. At approximately 10 a.m. on the morning of April 12th, Sheila returned, okay? This is the daughter, right? All right, one of the daughters or whatever. She returns. She spent the night at her friend's house, okay? She's going to come back to the cabin. Guess what she's going to discover? Dead bodies. All right, we get the pen, get the fucking pencil here. She discovered the dead bodies of Sue, John, and Dana in the house's living room. I'm going to show you that. All right? All three were bound with medical tape and electrical cords. Tina was absent from the home, while the three younger children, Rick, Greg, and Justin, were found physically unharmed in an adjacent bedroom. Upon discovering the scene, Sheila rushed back to the Seabolt's house, and Jamie Seabolt retrieved Rick, Greg, and Justin through the bedroom window. He later admitted to having briefly entered the home through the back door to see if anyone was still alive, but soon to contaminate the evidence in the process. Okay, guys, the murders of Sue, John, and Dana were especially vicious. 2 bloody knives, 1 hammer were found at the scene. Blood spatter evidence from inside the home indicated the murders had taken all place in the living room. Okay, so this, I'm thinking is the mom or what have you. So it looks to be in a nightgown. All right, why is that? Wow. What's that? A lot of blood. What is that off the couch for? Pool of blood here. Pool of blood there. Kind of trace. It's weird. It's a weird little scene here. We're trying to figure it out. We need. This is a close-up of that. I'm thinking. Yeah, it is. It's the bench. But there's shoes. Wow, that's a lot of blood there. What is that? Blood? It's a lot. Here's another one. This is somebody else's outline. The kids. The friend. What's used here? Oh, no gun, huh? And blood spatter here, huh? His legs are crossed. Right? So he's one leg over the other. Not one leg, 1 foot, excuse me. His foot are crossed. So his legs aren't crossed, but his feet are. Just by the chalk outline. See where the... What is that? Let's take a look. Here's the weapons, I guess, they found. A rusty hammer in the lake or something. They think it's connected. That's a knife that's used. Well, that's a big knife. I think that's the murder weapons. Not really murder weapons, you know? Just the cabin. Very creepy. Indeed creepy. Thanks for the 13 likes, guys. You know, for a late night stream, not bad. This is going to be an area here, probably the door. So it'll be the front door. Looking, probably sitting at this couch, possibly. Possibly. There's another outline in chalk or tape. Oh, somebody's here dead. That's what it is. They're like laying on this, it's on top of them, this cushion. Shoes get me a little bit. It's 2 different shoes. 2 different people for 2 different people. Don't know. Guys, this is fuck me. What the hell is going on here? That's, you know what really intrigues me is this path, this view into the house. That really intrigues me for some reason. I'm trying to think. Oh, here's another shot. This one has multiple. It looks like breaking and entering, doesn't it? Is that blood, like from getting cut or something? No. But there you go. I guess, is that, it looks like breaking and entering. Guys, what is going on in here? Could you guys surmise what the fuck is happening in here? fucking murder scene, huh? Talk about a murder scene, a fucking massacre. Jeez. Shanann says, might have grabbed something as collateral damage to give him to get insurance. Possibly DA Quincy, Mass, the town next to Boston, the town, the city of President John Adams on Quincy, as pronounced Quincy. Nice. Shanann, Sheriff's kid, possibly. I don't know. We didn't bring it up yet. DA, I'm going off on targets. O'Keefe, Houston, case. Serial killer Quincy Kemper. I mean, you are going off, DA. Shanann Maya. Oh, Shanann Maya. And that don't we all? You know it. We saw it. So, guys, the murders of Sue John and Dana were especially vicious. 2 bloody knives and 1 hammer were found at the scene. We saw like 1 knife, it looked like, and 1 hammer. Blood spatter evidence from inside the house indicate the murders had all taken place in the living room. All right. See, it makes you think, were they rounded up? Does that mean they were rounded up in the living room by the killer and/or killers, or did they all walk in? One by one, or they walk in at one time? Were they all watching? Were they trying to help? But they were all in the living room. That's what they're trying to say. We see the outline in tape and chalk there. Shanann says, I really wonder how long they lived there. They said that they lived there just recent. So I think they just moved there. So what it is that they left their home in Connecticut after separating from her husband, and they relocated to Northern California. But ironically, she rented a small trailer, but it was too small. So the following fall, she moved to that cabin, the Keddie cabin that I showed you there, and that's where they died. So they were just there. They vacated, so they were just there. But shit, yeah. For like what? Doesn't say how long they were there. You got a good question, but doesn't say. Not long. A year. Less than a year. Had to be. Less than a year. Very new to the area, huh? What, somebody didn't like them, Shanann? Somebody like all the kids there? What is it? Somebody like the big family guys in the neighborhood? Thanks for the 13 likes, guys. Get those likes going up, please. 20 likes for the stream. Come on, the real viewer loves you all. Come on, man. Kissing some ass. No, I love the kissing ass. It's fun. Shanann says, yeah, Shanann. You're right, you got a point there, Shanann. Shanann says, a sheriff's cabin in the woods. I look at any of these cases got released. Yeah, there was another case we did where the dude was found in the fucking, kid was found in the chimney at a cabin, okay? And there was a guy that owned it, and yeah. So the cop kind of fits, though. Let's see what we have, though, with the murder. So, wait a second. Give me a second on this. Guys, so Sue was discovered lying on her side near the living room sofa, nude from the waist down. You saw her, right? That's the mother, and gagged with the blue. She was gagged with the blue bandana and her own underwear, which had been secured with tape. All right. She had been stabbed in the chest. Guys, restrained. Give me a moment. The person's restraining her. Like a cop, right? Who restrains people? Cop. You know, the gag, too. They don't gag people. They do restrain them. She'd been stabbed in the chest, and her throat was stabbed horizontally. Okay, which had been but the wound passing through her larynx and nicking her spine, and on the side of her head was an imprint matching the butt of a Daisy 880 Powerline BB pellet rifle. You guys hear that? What the fuck is that? Guys, that's like a little small, like, pellet gun or something. Or instead it was a rifle. What is it? John's throat was slashed. Dana had multiple head injuries and had been manually strangled to death. And
Hello.
what's up? Yeah, Yeah, sure.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, one, you gotta go to bed soon, alright?
Alright.
By 1 o'clock, okay?
And then I saved the last one. When it comes to the last one, save it to me. Now we're going to the last one for you, right, dog?
I got you, bro.
Love, dog.
I got you, bro.
I love you, Dad, dog.
You're good, bro. Appreciate you.
And,
I'm good, bro.
because last time you let me eat it.
I love you, man. Alright, so she was, okay, so this is a lot of stuff, you know? This is a lot of things, okay? You know, this person is either, listen real quick, to manually strangle to death. It looks like a dude. No, a kid or a dude, another dude. John and Dana suffered blunt force trauma to their heads caused by one or more hammers. Autopsy determined that Sue and John died from the knife wounds and blunt force trauma, and Dana died by asphyxiation. Yeah, he was, wow, guys, that's a... Hammer and the knife found at the scene with Sheila's flute case intentionally posed by the killers atop the knife. Are you all hearing this shit? Are you all hearing this shit? Like, who the fuck is doing this? Why is he doing that? Like, really? What is he doing? Is this some murder weirdo shit right here? Guys, what the fuck is this person? You know, everyone, I knew this case was gonna be a fucker. I knew it was gonna be bad. And I knew this shit was gonna be fun for this asshole. And some weird setting up shit like that is just so time consuming, is all this. Let's read the fucking chat. You know what? I'm going to the fucking chat, guys. I feel fucking drained by this case. I really do. This person fucking drains me. Really? Let's go to the chat, please. Help me out. Fuck. 76, have you looked at the, where they should have been grocery shopping? I didn't look at that. Man, whatever the fuck it is, it's like, oh god, I don't know where the fuck it is. 76, this place is in the middle of nowhere. This California area has got nothing but trees and mountains and barely any roads, and oh my god, why would you fucking bother living out this shit? You know, you're not gonna come back. Right, you're gonna run into fucking Friday the 13th for your ass. Sorry guys, this shit is unbelievable. What the fuck? But good question, 76. I don't know. They could have been tracked. They could have been stalked. Guys are, yeah, they could have been stalked back to the cabin. They had to be stalked. Shanann Maya, if they thought she was Sheriff's wife, possibly Shanann Maya, like Christmas Story. No, Shanann Maya, right? Like that movie. Yeah, like the Christmas Story. Yeah, you shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah, but it was like they say it's a rifle. Yeah, exactly, like that, a pellet gun. Oh shit. What did the pellet gun break? You hit it. It's not real. It's not a real butt of a gun. Horizontal to the throat. Yeah, does that mean up and down, right? Ouch. Yeah, what is that? Like, it's not vertical, right? Not ear to ear. He did ear to ear to Dana, the other kid, and then he strangled him? What does that mean? No, John's throat was slashed. And then, yeah, Don's throat was slashed, guys. Dana was manually strangled. What gets me is... Whoa, and right, that kill with the girl. With the wow. Their landlord? Well, the landlord is the sheriff, right? Or kind of technically, the sheriff left. He's the last dude, right? Possibly. Yeah, it does take a while. 76, the asphyxiation takes a while. Yeah, it's manual. He's doing it with his hands. Why don't they have fingerprints? Why don't they have fingerprints, guys? Shanann Maya, so the kids watch? I don't know. It's a good question, Shanann. I don't know if they were who was dead when. Your good question, Shanann. I don't fucking know that, right? I mean, listen really close, right? So, right? Why do the larynx? You don't need to chip. You don't need to be silent, do you? Unless you're not trying to wake up anybody in this house, right? But this person doesn't care about waking anybody up because it's in the woods. Where are they going to run to? This person knows. They know something we don't. Possibly a landlord. Yes, 76. Shanann, kill multiple people up close and personal with stabbing. Crazy. And hands. This person is hand to hand. They're with stabbing. They're having fun with all types of, experimenting with all types of ways here. 76 says, I would think she went shopping and possibly. 76 is there a landlord who knows there are. Who else would? Yeah, exactly. I think so, but I think it's the cop dude. Shanann says, eek, nightmare fuel. It is. Sheila and the Sebo family, with whom Sheila had spent the night in the neighboring home, they heard no. So guys, they were in cabin 26. It looks like over yonder. The neighbor. That's what PD was saying. This is the neighbor. They said they had no commotion during the night. A couple living, or that's another neighbor here. A couple living in house number 16 was awakened at 1:15 a.m. by what sounded like muffled screaming coming from the direction of the rear area of 28. Yeah, they heard something. 16 heard something, guys. So there's 26 right next here. The 28. All right. Sorry, guys. I got a vape. It's just stressing me out. 16. It helps me think like Sherlock Holmes, guys, when I vape. Like it's like a Sherlock Holmes' pipe. It's my pipe. But I don't see 16. It's got to be here somewhere. This is 16, I think. I don't know. Can't find 16. But they heard something at 16, huh? That's wild. Wait, I want to read that again. Give me a second on this. She's going to find the bodies at 10. They hear screaming at 1. This person had 12 hours or more to just chill. Justin's stepfather, Martin Smart, a neighbor and a main suspect. Okay, Justin's stepfather, Martin Smart, a neighbor and a main suspect, claimed that a claw hammer had inexplicably gone missing from his home. In addition to interviewing the Smarts, detectives interviewed numerous other locals and neighbors, several including members of the Sebo family, recalled seeing a green van parked at the Sharps' house at around 9 p.m. Justin offered conflicting stories of the evening and stated that he had dreamed details of the murders, and in his later accounts of events told under hypnosis, he claimed to have seen Sue with 2 men. Based on Justin's description, composite sketches of the 2 unknown men were produced by Harlan Embry, a man with no artistic ability and no training in forensic sketching. It was never explained why, with this access to the Justice Department and Federal Bureau of FBI top forensic artists, law enforcement chose to use an amateur who sometimes volunteered to help local police. Well, guys, we're going to take a look at the sketch, but I want to comment on that. In press releases accompanying the sketches, the suspects described in their late 20s to early 30s. No, one stood between 5'11", 6'2" was the other one, tall with dark blonde hair. Really, blonde. That's pretty unique for a dude at that time. You don't have you can do blonde hair? We could dye his hair. We'll go, yeah, I know, but Eminem shit back then, 81. And the other is between 5 and 6. Really? What? Is that a girl? Wait a second. All right, everyone. I see 2 people here. They're saying one looks to be a male and a female to me. It's the height. Black greased hair. Both were gold framed sunglasses. Gold framed? This is like they're preparing for this, huh? Rumors regarding the crimes being ritualistic or motivated by drug trafficking, somebody shouted that, were dismissed by the sheriff's office, who stated that the week following the murders that neither drug paraphernalia nor illegal drugs were found in the home. So no drugs, but it's... Guys, give me a moment. Let me show you this composite. So one of them is a male. They say they're both, but they don't know who's male. One of them's 5'6", one of them's 6'2". I'll leave it to you who's 6'2", who's 5'6". This one, I believe, might be a husband and wife team or something here. So this, I think, is a male, and this is a female. All right? What really grips me about this composite, all right, is the sketch artist. See? The sketch artist has no bias in this. He has no dog in the race. And he's not even experienced, and he did this. It's great. And we're going with the initial sketch, just like Zodiac. This is under hypnosis. It's in his mind, right? How is it there? He recalled a green van, and he saw some people. He dreamed something. I have to go with this. Male, female. Now, if we go to the crime scene, first of all, the other girl, we'll cover the reason for the kidnap or whatever, to take the body out. But this is going to be, I want to see the crime scene a little more to see the female presence. So we see the male presence. Everything is, looks male to me, these murders, these weapons of murder. This looks male. This setup. Okay, let's take a look at the setup. The cabin's creepy, isn't it? Yeah, let's take a good look here. I want a female presence. Look at that blood on it. That's long. What is that? Is that some kind of note? Why is there a note there? There's a note there. Do you see it? What does that say? I'm sorry. It's a crime scene note. Oh my God, there's something here, guys. Oh boy. I'm sorry, I just almost lost my shit seeing it. Whoopee. Okay. So that one, that was blunt force on that other victim. Okay. So there's a male with the hammer. She's using a knife. I mean, what do you think about a female, guys? Do you think that's a possibility? I don't really, just by the murder scene, you would think, what is this? Is this like blood splatter or something? Like, that's where it's coming. What do you think, though? Possible, not possible? Anything's possible still. What do you guys think? Are you... shit. I'm missing something again. Don't know exactly what. Legs crossed. The feet crossed really bothers me. That's trippy, isn't it? This is down this way. Is that like a rag with blood? Some kind of wipe or something. It's the head. Look how the head was resting or something like that, right? So it's like, what are these blotches? Like, they're just not blotches, they're just a clean carpet area? I don't know. It's weird. Different kind of fluid or matter. This used to be some kind of fluid from the private area, honestly. There's pieces of wood or something. Do you see this wood? So they're going to be bludgeoned with what? They said the hammer, but that's a piece of wood. See? That's a piece of wood, right? It's a broken piece of wood or something, a lumber. That's what that looks like to me. They're the head, and they're one of the heads of the victims. And they said it was just a knife and a hammer. But that was a piece of wood. Right? So what is that? Something that only the killer knows? I mean, they're releasing the crime scene photos. It's been here for years. How come nobody noticed the piece of wood here by his head? Obviously, it's broken. I think there's other pieces around somewhere probably, but that's the half a piece of wood. That's heavy. Let's get to the chat. What do you think of that? What is that? Why are they not telling us that piece? That is definitely a piece of wood there, guys. Let's see. DA says, Real Man's kid will grow up to be SK. Yeah. Serial kill. SK. Yeah. Dad used to do live streams by killers. Just kidding. DA, classic brother, right? Shanann says, hold on, I'll get to that one. Shanann says, eek, miracle. Yeah, Shanann says, those poor babies probably were just so scared. Yeah, you know, you said you did ask maybe the kids watch or whatever, guys. I don't know. I mean, you know, if there's two people there, that's a possibility, or they could be doing this at the same time, you know? There's something here, though, that's outlined in chalk next to one of the victims. I don't know what it is. I just can't make it out, guys. But it's outlined along with them. It's not part of their body, you know? It's like something that was, like, next to them. It's so weird. But that is weird, that piece of lumber there. I think there was another, that blunt force was maybe another murder weapon, guys. There's another piece here. Another piece of wood there. It's very strange. Yep, Shanann, you're right. An hour's time frame. It sure does. You're right about that. DA, Real Rant's kid. Yeah, you're so funny, DA. I hope not, DA, man. You know, I'm trying to tell him, you know, there's a difference between movies and, I mean, sometimes my son went to school, DA, I think, was it last year or something? They asked him, like, why don't you sit home from school or something like that, or the other day or whatever it was, and then he went into a big-ass story, and he thought it was funny. But when you got people come to the house after that, you know, it wasn't funny. I was like, listen, son, you can't... I said, son, you can't do that. People think you're for real. And see what happens? They come over and try to take daddy to jail. See, and take you away. I said, you know what I mean? Don't make up stories like that. I said, it's not like that, dude. Like they like daddy where I know you're joking or making up a story, son. And they're going to take it for real. And they sure did. I don't blame them. You know? Yeah, so Shanann says, Jillian and Epstein, Jeff Epstein. Yeah, guys. What do you think about that? I was gonna do like a live stream on these people. And I'm gonna do I want to do live streams on the mass shooters. I want to do on Epstein. You know, I want to do one on Epstein because I think I would tell what I think about Epstein and what happened. Do you need batteries? They're dead. Oh yeah. Take two. Throw the rest of the dead. Throw the other ones away. You can take those two. But yeah, what do you think? You know, Epstein. That is some crazy stuff, man. Probably the most craziest corrupt thing ever. 70 Chick says maybe the opposite. Maybe he'll grow up to be a detective. Yeah, I think so too. Crime fighter. If not crime fighter, just don't be a part of the crime. You know, stay away. But either way, I mean, let me tell you, you know, 70s Chick, you're right. You just never know what way it go because you could be brought up so good, and so just right and right and do the whole opposite. So. Or he could be brought up so good and he can go bad, or we can go be brought up, you know, it's you never know, right? You just never know. You could do so perfect, you think, and then you do so wrong, right? That's what they see with the master. They, oh, I didn't know my kid was like that, or never thought he'd do that. And I agree. I'm like, what? But no, I wouldn't agree because I know with my son. I know I talk to him. I communicate with him. I talk to him. I recognize that something's wrong, guys. Try to look at him in the eyes, talk to him. Spend time with him. 76 said, but yeah, we got to do that. Like Jeffrey Epstein, damn fucking live stream tomorrow morning. Get another 1,000 viewers over here, guys. I need the views. 76 says maybe the opposite. Maybe it'll grow up. You're right. It will be the opposite. Shanann, Maya, wonder if items of opportunity he brought. That was another case we did, guys. Right? Like possibly bringing the tools or not. The hammer was taken from the neighbor. He says. Remember? He said that's my hammer. Michael Myers took the hammer, right, from somebody's garage. 76, it could be there was a woman involved. I think so. I think that's a sketch of a woman. One's a man, one's a woman. Now, I mean, don't ask the real viewer really why that would be. I don't know the motive for that just yet. I don't even want to speculate on that motive because it is rare to have a woman do some shit like this. But it's possible because the sketch does it for me. That sketch. I'm looking at the sketch, guys. I did see a documentary on this a long time ago or something, and I remember seeing this sketch, and I thought it was two guys, and I thought the other guy though looked a little more feminine than the other dude. And now, as we're doing this stream, it is this is just by height difference, because their first reaction is that one of them is only 5'6", and the other one is extremely tall than the other one. Only way that's the height difference, guys, if it's male and female. That's why there's a big difference in height. One's 6'2", one's 5'6". Huge difference. Possible couple, possible married couple. So what you'd be looking for is a married couple in this area at the time. At that time, and it's going to be a very short list of suspects here. Okay, what you're going to do is take out every single suspect that we had previous, and you're just going to start fresh. And we're going to start with a married couple. I like that, but I don't know. I don't have the scenes. I don't have, let's just keep reading. So, guys, the other girl's disappearance, because she was taken. So Tina's disappearance was investigated by the FBI as a possible abduction, although it was reported on April 9, 1981. The FBI had backed off the search as the California State Police Department was doing an adequate job, and the FBI presence was unnecessary. On April 11th, 84, the third anniversary of the murders of bottle collector discovered the cranium portion of a human skull and part of a mandible. It's a jawbone at Camp 18 near Feather Falls in neighboring Butte County, roughly 5 miles from Feather Falls. The remains were confirmed by the forensic analysis to be Tina in June. That's a victim from the cabin. No body, just a skull fragment. Shortly after announcing discovery, the Butte County Sheriff received an anonymous call that identified the remains as belonging to Tina, but the call was not documented. A tape containing a recording of the call was found at the bottom of an evidence box at some point after 2003. That deputy was assigned to the case. The house in the murders was demolished in 2004. The site stands there naked today, and I showed you there over top. Trees and envelope it. Thanks for the 15 likes, guys. I'm getting to 20. Thank you so much, you 15 guys. Thanks for the chat. It's fire tonight. This case is something, huh? Okay, guys, we're not going to dilute this. The suspects here. No. No. So in April 2018, Gamberg stated that DNA evidence recovered from a piece of tape at the crime scene matched that of a known living suspect. On March 24th of 2016, a hammer matching the description of the one Smart had claimed to have lost was discovered in a local pond and taken into evidence by Gamberg. Plymouth County Sheriff Greg Hardwood, who was 16 years old at the time of the murders and knew the Sharp family, stated that the location where it was found, it would have intentionally been put there. It would not have been accidentally misplaced. Gamberg also stated that at the time, 6 potential suspects were being examined. They have DNA of a potential living suspect. Well, you have DNA of what? Of the tape? Okay. I thought it was on the hammer, but they're going to do the tape here because it's in the water, obviously. But the thing is, who's this cop? 16 at the time? Profile's 25 to 30, huh? 16 years old. Well, anyways, this doesn't sit right with me. Very little on this case. A lot of murder with very little, huh? Give me a moment. We're going to Feather Falls. Let's take a look. All right. Cal Fire Falls Station? A fire station? There's so much like fire stations, police, out here. There's not really nothing else at that time, is there? Big city here. Where's the city? Lumpkin? I don't know, guys. This is a strange one, isn't it? Give me a second. want to Google kitty cabin suspects, okay? Like you guys said, maybe a traveler with a woman, with a man and woman traveler, right? They get in, they get out, but they're traveling, and so they just dump the body or the skull. Why would you find a skull fragment? Why not the whole body? Where is it? What do you do with it? What's the purpose of taking it off the crime scene? More chance of getting caught. How do you take it off the crime scene? Hey Joe. Joe, when he says, here's like you, bro. I've been working on my ass off. I'm gonna draw from 7. Oh shit, Joe. Damn, I would really honestly, guys, yeah, I've been working on TikTok as well. I'm taking their shorts here that I make on YouTube and other videos I did in the past of shorts and putting them on TikTok to get people over here to the YouTube. So yes, guys, I'm working hard as well, but I've been doing some part-time work as well. But Joe, full-time work is the hardest of all, isn't it? Wow, guys, we have to do full-time most of the time. Withdrawal from 7. Holy shit, dude. All right, everybody. I know I'm not going to keep you guys long. We did a lot with this. I don't want to clickbait you any further because I thought I could pull more. I think all I got for you is that sketch there is a woman. It's not a man. And they're taking it as they're both men, pretty much. They're not even assuming gender, but I'm assuming one's a man, one's a woman. Yes, that's my theory. The gold glasses. Gold-framed glasses. This is a dream he had, guys. This is not a first-hand account. I want you to remember that. But I'm taking it as that. He went under hypnosis, and he says he saw a green van. Give me a minute. I'm looking outside the cabin at the crime scene. I'm fascinated. You know, you knock down a building like that, I could see why you do it. But to kill a family, what kind of person does that, you know? Well, a person of opportunity, like you're saying, right, guys? People that know that these family members, they can kill them. You know, to manually strangle someone, another man, even if he's younger, it's a tough sell. It's a tough kill. It's going to take a lot of strength. It's going to take a lot of time. Like Sam, it's going to take a little bit of time there. A little bit of strength. For sure. Give me a moment. Back to the... So let me just look at the kills here. She had been stabbed in the chest, and her throat was stabbed horizontally. The wound passed into her larynx and nicking her spine. On the side of her head was an imprint matching the butt of a rifle. The woman's doing the knife hits. So that this woman would be doing the stab in the chest, maybe, possibly. But the stab in the throat sounds something like that. And the throat slash. After that is the dude with the strangulation and the blunt force. Possibly her too, but I don't think so. There is a broken piece of wood. So maybe she tried to strike with the wood. I don't know, but is there splinters in the head? Is there wood? Like, I don't know. They're not saying all of that. Strange. Oh, that's the butt of the gun. Is that the butt of the gun in the ground? That might be the butt of the gun, guys, we're looking at. I don't know. It's a very strange piece of wood there. They got DNA off the tape. Why not off the underwear? You strangled with her own underwear. Gagged with her own underwear. A blue bandana, huh? That sounds like a traveler with a blue bandana, doesn't it? You wear the blue bandana, you always see a traveling motherfucker. You guys were on it, I think. Traveler, train, tracks, in and out, 62 miles away. Drop a skull, drop a body. Possibly. Guys might have been on it, right? Wait a second. It's like all this... Can't figure it out. Looking at outside of the house. Googling suspects. So there's Marty Smart, lived in cabin 26. That's right next door with his wife Marilyn, close to victims. Investigators later focused on Smart due to potential falling out of romantic jealousy involving Sue, a missing household hammer, matching the type using the bludgeonings, and incriminating letters Smart wrote to his wife. Severin Bojo, an acquaintance of Smart with background connections to Chicago organized crime, who was visiting Smart at the time of the murders. The fuck? It's unsolved. Oh, excuse me. She was abducted, the 12-year-old, and she was found murdered miles away. But she could have been murdered, who knows? Where in a body of water? Where is it recovered? This hammer? Here? I'm not sure where the hammer is recovered. What body of water? They're not telling us. So that's interesting, isn't it? Butterfly swimming hole. It's a creek, huh? Threw it in the creek. Okay. Guys, talk to me. Who do you think it is? Sir Robert Gaines, Joe, there was a silver alert in my area. Found a man, something new was found in a garbage bag. Apparently there was 3 helicopters. Holy shit. That's Robert Gaines. Cool music. I love Brazilian folk. Shit, thanks. Sorry, guys. I'll probably get copyrighted on this damn stream because it picks that up, actually, right? And then copyrights me because it's like I go silent for a little bit. And it copyrights the audio on me. But thank you, Sir Albert Gaines, for coming in. Oh, wow, man. I want to keep an eye on that then. Wow, guys just throwing bodies in the garbage bin now, huh? Who gives a shit anymore, right? About hiding it in the basement or the crawl space. Guys, just looking at the creek a little bit and seeing what's around because this person just seems to be tossing the hammer in there. But they leave... Wait a second. They toss the hammer, but they leave the hammer. I don't understand this. The hammer and knife found at the scene. One hammer. And they're saying they found another hammer that's related. What? No. Anyways, the hammer's right here. The hammer and the knife. It's right here. It's right here. I'm looking at it. Blood all over it. I was actually looking for actual fingerprints on this fucking thing. Sorry, it's too quiet. Don't worry. Okay, great. Thanks, Sir Albert. OPP Media. Hey, everyone. I'm back. I'm Eugene. Good to see you're back, OPP. Safe and sound. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming in. Sir Albert Gaines, I had bad ears. I could tell, Sir Albert. Awesome. OPP Media. It's so nice to be back in the cool, dry Pacific Northwest. Yes. Thank you guys for joining. 16 likes. Appreciate you. We're getting to 20. 12:30. So you got home a good time, OPP, man. Good to see you're safe, brother. I'm back where you belong. And thank you, Sir Albert, for coming in. I missed you, man. Good to see you, all of you. 70s Chickens here. We're all here doing it. Shenan's here. We're just, trying to figure out this Keddie murders, guys. What is your theories on this, everyone? Yeah, hi, yeah, get acquainted. What is your theories? Is it the neighbor here? There's not really a really good list of suspects, is there? It really isn't. I want to... This is not one of those videos either. Like, guys, I didn't investigate this crime ahead of time and come with a theory. I should have maybe. I don't know if you guys wanted me to, but I figured I'd do this one with you live tonight and we make a thing of it, But I have nothing. All I have for you is the sketch possible female. That's what I thought. But, everyone, I don't think the hammer either in the lake is related because there's a hammer here left with a knife. And they say 2 knives would use possibly 1 hammer. 2 knives, 1 hammer, right, guy? But yeah, and it was neatly placed somewhere specific, right, nice and neat. I don't know if gloves were used. There's a print on the tape, so it means no gloves were used. The underwear to take off the mother and gag her with it. I'm thinking you're not using gloves to do that. Yeah, this person's not using gloves, or there's two people, hence it could mix up any DNA and or like fingerprints as well. Like you know what I'm saying? It would dilute a little bit here, but they're after men. They're not after a woman either. And there's no signs of a woman being here except for the slash of the throat. The coup de grace, ear to ear type deal. The manual is the man. He manually strangs a young man. One of these victims is a teenage boy. He manually strangs a teenager. It looks like he full mounts him and just, after a bludgeoning, he finishes him. Possibly bludgeoning with the butt of the gun. But there is a piece of wood, it looks like. It doesn't look like a piece of the butt of the gun. It looks like an actual piece of wood. And they're going to find the daughter 62 miles away. What did she endure? Hell. That's what she endured. They were doing that for their little selfish, self-pleasurable purposes, guys, And then they dumped her off or killed her out there. I don't think she was killed at the cabin. Because they would have found her blood. They would have found evidence that she was hurt. Maybe she was hurt, but not killed. They said that this next door's neighbor wrote a note to his wife saying that he paid the price for her love and for it with poor people's lives. Both primary suspects are now deceased. They're both dead. But there's new DNA. It was recovered from the claw hammer. No, it wasn't. DNA is not from the claw hammer. A claw hammer was recovered near the pond. But that... What do they got with the DNA? Nothing. So, okay. Go into Reddit real quick. Can't believe this shit, really. This is a tough one, everyone. What are you thinking? 76 says, even though with the weapons and the way they died, you can't tell who could have done it. I agree that 76 said they would have had to been gloves. Yeah, 76, and it seems like the one was shot with the pellet gun. I don't know. I don't know if they were shot or fucked. This seems like not an experiment. This killing doesn't seem like an experiment. It doesn't seem like they're experimenting. No, it doesn't seem like they're experimenting, does it? One sec. I don't want to leave the stream on just that, but I might have to. On nothing. There's something here, though. Just can't put my fucking damn finger on it. Guys, I want to ask you a question, okay? I'm going to ask you a question. This whole thing I read to you. Brenda, why didn't the boys in the other room hear anything? Now, Brenda, why isn't there any forced entry? Okay? Now, look. Brenda's on it, kind of. Brenda, you're on it, huh? You're still on that, right, Brenda? Because, I gave you a lot of misinformation. Not misinformation, Brenda, but we read a lot of shit, huh? And I tried to forget about these kids. They didn't come into play, really, but they did with this breaking and entering thing. How old are these 3 kids? 3 younger children. They're unharmed in another adjacent room. Guys, no fucking way. These are 3 kids. I told you 3, but this composite sketch is made up by what? One of them? Yeah, it's Justin, guys. Justin comes up with the hypnosis sketch of these 2 people with gold glasses, guys. It's Justin. It's one of the kids in the bedroom. So, he's just gonna lie with the hypnosis. Maybe not lie intentionally, but he's lying intentionally because there's no forced entry into this cabin. You know, and it's like the mom has got kids and shit, and you gotta be like, sure, I know you're in the middle of nowhere, guys, but there's gotta be forced entry first off. Second of all, if there has to be like a run for it, I don't give a shit if you're in the woods. I don't give a fuck, man. There's gonna be like a shit broken everywhere. I mean, I don't know, man. That don't make no sense to me. Uh, two people restraining these younger kids and manually strangling them. This is crazy. But these kids can't manually strangulate. You know, they could, Brenda, when they knock them out, right? They could. The pellet gun. Who does that? Where's the pellet gun? That's got to be in the lake too. And it seems like it's a boyish thing, is it not? To throw the shit in the lake right out there. There's a creek bed, guys, right there. Um, and Brenda's on it. They conveniently didn't hear shit, you know. And Justin is one of the kids that give this red herring with the sketch and says that he saw a green van talk to his mom or the mom, his mom. But that's a crazy scenario to think that these kids would do that. I don't know. I just don't know the reason. I don't know. I don't even know the reason for this murder here. I mean, you gotta tell me they gotta travel. The green van though might be real because the green van has to be used to transport Tina, the younger 12-year-old girl, to Feather Falls, right, guys? So these kids can't do that. You know, these kids can't do it, Brenda. They can't take this body, man. Right? They can't drive. They have no car like that, right? So yeah, Brenda, they're gonna be out of the question. They're gonna be, victims here. They're gonna be actually. But why were they left alone in the room? Why weren't they touched? That is such a great question. You know, Brenda, I can't answer that unless they're part of the crime, unless it's Occam's razor. Thanks for the 16 likes, guys. Brenda says, why didn't the boys in the room hear anything? Brenda says, why weren't they murdered? She's right. Why? How old are they really? You know, she's like other children. Like, what the fuck? But listen, Brenda, they can't do the manual unless he's really hurt. They can do the manual if he's hurt. But what about that drive, Brenda? Explain to me the drive, Brenda, to Feather Falls. How do they do that? Tell me how they do it without a car. Do they have a car? What do they use? Brenda says, could it have been the boys? I don't know, Brenda. Like, you got a good point. I know what you're saying, but they didn't come in here at any time. You know, like when we were doing this, Justin offered conflicting stories. And he said he dreamed the details of the murder. So he's making it all a dream. Two unknown men, guys. Those are not an unknown man. One of them's a male, a female. That's what I say. One of them's a female. One of them doesn't have a mustache, doesn't have facial hair, has hair like a woman, glasses like a woman, eyebrows thin like a woman, no facial hair. Hey guys, what if the neighbor with the wife? Can't be though, because this doesn't look like them, does it? I have to look at them. But because the letter he writes to the wife is I did this for our love, right? What's the letter here? I'm trying to see that letter. There's a letter though, and it was something like I did this for our love or whatever. You know, like what I did. It sounded like a secret between them. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe it's a possibility, Brenda, that when you talk motive though, I just don't know the motive. The motive's got to be something as easy, guys, as killing. I don't know if the mother was assaulted. I mean, we know maybe possibly even the 12-year-old. This is, you got to drive that 12-year-old to the location, drive all the way back, and it's fine. You wouldn't be caught. You wouldn't. A counselor. Hold on. According to a 2016 article published by the Sacramento Bee, Martin Smart had left Keddie and driven to Reno, Nevada shortly after the murders. That's the neighbor. While there, he sent a letter to his wife, Marilyn, ruminating on personal struggles in their marriage, in which he stated, "I paid the price for your love, and now I bought it with 4 people's lives." See, so they went together to do this, or they in some crazy fucking ritualistic shit, whatever it was. I paid the price. In 2016 interview, Plymouth County Special Investigator Mike Gamberg said the letter was overlooked. In the initial investigation, it was never admitted as evidence. He later criticized the quality of the initial investigation, saying you could take someone just coming out of the academy, they would have done a better job than this. A counselor whom Smart regularly visited also alleged he admitted to the murders of Sue and Tina, but claimed, "I didn't have anything to do with the boys." The second person, other person he knows for their love, maybe she did manually strangle him. Maybe. It's a weird scenario, but you bludgeon him and she gets on top. She wants to kill somebody. She wants to kill another man, possibly. He allegedly told the counselors that Tina was killed to prevent her from identifying him, as she did witness the whole thing. Just like Shanann says, somebody did witness the whole thing. Apparently, a couple of them, and definitely the last kill, the Tina, the 12-year-old. John Abdu, another suspect, was the same neighboring cabin as Smart. Allegedly, he had ties to organized crime. No. In 1988, he died. No. Right, guys? You think the mobster would do all that? Possibly, right? The mobster would get rid of shit, but he swims with the fishes. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. It wouldn't be the mobster because he'd use a gun, wouldn't he? Hey, Albert. I'm after raccoons again. Oh, my goodness. They out by there by trash, bro. Brenda says, "Where's the father of the kids?" Don't know. He is divorced. They divorced him. He's in another state, Connecticut. She divorced and moved. But that Tina, the girl, remained a missing person until April '84, where part of her skull was found and other bones at Camp 18. Give me a second. This person's going to campsites? Wait a second. They're going to campsites. I should have known that. Why didn't I know that? Oregon? Where am I? California, right? Hold on. They're going to campsites. Okay. Guys, what does that tell you about this fucking person going to campsites? Forest ranger? I thought it was a cop. Give me a second, okay? Forest rangers? Camp 10 Logging Museum? Camp 18. Wait a second. Guys, I'm trying to find exactly where the skull is found. In California. Near Feather Falls, Butte County. Okay, guys, I'm in the wrong. Oh, shit, man. All right, Feather Falls. Okay. Just want to take another look here at the fucking area. I was thinking of a forest ranger, a ranger. Feather Falls. A school's there, a cemetery. Cemetery. Trying to look, guys, for like a forest ranger or something that just clicks. But there's a Fire Feathers Falls station. But really, what I'm thinking is that they stay around here where the skull is. That they're driving home. You know? They drop the fucking skull or whatever, they bury it. I wonder where the skull exactly was found, but you know what I mean? They're driving through here. Kitty. It's gonna be a 2-hour drive. 2 hours. 2 fucking hours. Two hours. You're driving Quincy Ranch, U.S. Ranger Station. That's it, the Ranger Station. So there's a Ranger Station, guys, in the middle of this route. There, the Ranger Station, the trailhead parking, but there's a Ranger Station. This just really, I just think it's a ranger sometime. Like he's able to move freely, and he knows the area. He travels well. Green. The dude said he saw a green van. Right? Yeah, he saw a green van. Hold on. Forest Ranger. It's not a van. It's like a green Jeep. He's mixing it up with the van and Jeep. I would. He saw something. It was green. He remembers the color. Forest Ranger. Forest Ranger vehicle. 1981 Keddie. Okay. Thanks for the 17 likes, guys. Yeah. That's what he more than likely saw. They don't. What they say is that the April 1981 Keddie murders case, the quadruple homicide, a local forestry or park report detail occasionally surfaces in amateur true crime discussions regarding laws or local sightings, but no official forest ranger vehicle or primary suspect vehicle. That description is tied to the official police files. Well, correct yourself. Justin saw a green van with 2 people talking to his mother, talking to the mother. Could be a fake one, guys. It could be to resemble, but I think it might be possibly real. There's no definitive answer to that question, but that would probably more likely be updated today's date, but something older, less modified. Green van, he said he saw. 2 people talking to his mother. Gold glasses. Woman, man. That's why the variety of kills. That's why the difference in height. What else? How did they get in? They get in by breaking entry by the forest ranger deal. That's why they use it, because they get in that way. They're able to get in that way. That's why there's no forced entry. That's why there's nobody really panicking at first, and they're able to tie people up and do shit like that. That's why they're kind of suited like this. See, it's kind of like forest ranger shit or police shit, but not really, you know what I mean? It kind of looks like that with the glasses. Kind of looks like forest ranger police type FBI bullshit, but not really hardcore FBI, you know? But you could do forest ranger, they could say that and look like it. without much effort, and they can get in. And he could still even restrain everybody under disguise, because they look uniform, don't they? They looked uniform, and that stood out to me too. So take away male, female, just take away male, male, and look how the uniform is, and they're in the green van. So I would say more than likely ranger, park ranger, and there is a ranger service here between the location of the dump. It's here. This is Keddie, where the cabin is, start point, and then this is the middle, like, you know, kind of like there's the U.S. Service Ranger Station. This person knows the area, so it's not a cop, it's a ranger. Who the fuck's a ranger out there then? I don't know. And then you just drive here and you dump the skull. A 2-hour drive. Somehow they know this area. I don't know what they know. They're comfortable doing it. So who is a ranger at that time? Well, I'll just Google. Figure out, and that's it. And my phone's I got 16% of it. Thank you for hanging in with me. Survival Games. I'm after raccoons again. Survival Games. Google said they had the green vans forest ranger. Right. Makes sense, doesn't it, Sir Albert? Does it make sense? Are we good on that? Because we're trying to figure out the profile right at the beginning. It sounded like a cop, but it's not no cop. It's somebody like a cop, you know? But not exactly like that. Like I said, not exactly local, but still knows the area. Like I said, you know, not a local cop. So it's good profiling. I would go with a ranger, a forest ranger. I'm going to look up who was a forest ranger, honestly, in 1981 over in Keddie. I don't have a CNIS. Because it had to have like some kind of CNIS track the people in 81 really easily. Keddie, 1981. But I'm sure Reddit was already on this, it sounds like. Some kind of forest ranger deal. That is definitely the deal here. That's the only way you're getting in. The only way you're going to do this so easily. What do you think, Sir Albert? Makes sense, right? You think we did some good work here then, huh? It turned into good work. I'm going to give up all the time and I just keep going because I just got to keep going. I can't leave it. So online discussions mention sometimes a forest ranger on a U.S. Forest Service connection is surrounding Plumas National Forest. Officials investigate the files. The primary suspect is neighbors Martin. They got tunnel vision, and they don't feature a forest ranger as the primary or official person of the quadruple because they know. They don't even have it on their radar because they're not profiling this killer. They don't have profilers like we do. They don't. Their profiles don't even. Their shows. You think so, Sir Albert? Yeah. I mean, it could still be the cop, guys. The cop did own the cabin. I think Shanann was... Brenda, were you on that? I think Shanann was on that. All over that. Mm-hmm. The Keddie murders. It's Keddie murders. The Keddie cabin murders. 4 members of a family, 3 members of a family and a friend was killed. Like in these violent ways. In these violent ways here. In the ways we described in this cabin. Kind of like Friday the 13th, man. All right, guys. We're gonna stop it here. It's 1 a.m. I didn't notice the time. Like who? What is this case? Like who? The Keddie murders. So there's just a family here that were slaughtered in this cabin, Sir Albert Gaines. So let's see the cabin. It's demo now, but they were killed in the cabin here. That's the cabin before it was demoed. It's creepy, huh? But they demoed it, and these members of this family. Okay, the one daughter here was taken 62 miles out here and dumped, and her skull was found and a couple of bones, but she was dumped 62 miles out of here. And here is Keddie, the cabin, and of course, Sir Albert, you take out the 1981, right? You take out tech, you take out everything pretty much you see except for like a cabin or two. And they think it's the next door neighbor here, Sir Albert Gaines, that killed the whole family brutally. This house was demoed, but there is a neighbor here in cabin 26 or something. Fucking neighbors. They think they did it. Somewhere around here. Anyways, yeah, and here is the crime scene photos. So they left the hammer and the knife perfectly on there. This is the floor, bloody mess. It was basically just one of the kids here laid out, bludgeoned to death, stabbed in the chest, bludgeoned to death, and died of the stab wounds right next to the boy here. It's a very close range murder. It was very vicious. It looked fast. This is one of them laid out. That was with the cushion. That's why the cushion looked like that. There's brain matter all over it. This is the outline in chalk. See, I was looking at this, Sir Albert Gaines. I was looking at the piece of wood here, the gun butt. It looks like a gun butt or a piece of wood. They were, hit with some kind of rifle they never found, or a pellet gun of some kind, or maybe it was on the scene. But look, that looks like a piece of the gun butt, and they were bludgeoned to death with something, with an object. Don't think they even have the objects, but that looks like a piece of wood, firewood. But that's the front of the cabin when you view in and you walk in. Scary, huh? Friday the 13th all day. Like you come to Jason's shack from part 2. But part 2 wasn't out, just part 1. At least a year earlier. Okay. There's some more scenes of the mess. Another scene walking in, I guess, to, the front door, and then it's the kitchen area or something. That's creepy, huh? Kitty cabin, there's something here, a new photo. Drawer, let's see, maybe this is where they got the knife from. They're using tools there. Brutal, right? Yeah, it is brutal, isn't it? They said that's how they were restrained, some type. But, wow, look at this. What's in the sink? But yeah, what about the sink? Dusting for prints, it looks like, see? Prints. Yeah, that's good. Check it out, Sir Albert, if you're interested, man. More, and I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm at a 13% charge now. It's 1 a.m. Thanks for sticking with me. Leave a comment, Sir Albert. We'll talk about it more, man. What you think your theory is on it? But guys, the park ranger theory sounds really good. It fits the profile. All right, fits the crime scene, fits the movement, fits to be able to dump and move and not be detected in 1981. He has no GPS in 1981. He's a human GPS. He knows he's the ranger service. He's got maps. He's got everything you need. Human GPS back then in 81, able to travel and make moves like that and dump bodies and even return to the location where you started. So he's the man to do it, not a cop. So it's going to be your park service ranger. I don't know who worked out there right near that service. There's a park ranger service right near the Keddie cabin. So we have it here. I don't know who worked there at that time. Maybe we can get a list of people that did around the murder time and see where he was and see his alibi. That's what I would do. So, yep. Thank you, Sir Albert Gaines. Thank you to Brenda. You've been awesome, Brenda. Thanks. Like and subscribe, Brenda. I do this all the time. All right, all at random times. You've got a great criminal mind. Come in here and join us. You're wonderful for it. 70 Chick, always a pleasure. OPP, glad to see you're home. Yes, Shanann, you are awesome for this, Shanann. You were the star. Shanann, the star with this one. It's 70 Chick, too, but the star. Dominating Shanann. Very good, Shanann. Awesome to see you on this one. DA, awesome as always, man. Giving me an awesome laugh. Yes, all right. Let's look at the consistency, guys. That is consistent. Dude, I'm a go. Thanks for stopping in once again. But yes, very good, guys. That's consistency. All right, and the 17 likers, guys. Thank you so much. 17 likes. Let's do it. Brenda says, I don't think it was the neighbor. He would have killed the other. I think so, too, in a way. But... guys, I don't think it's a neighbor at all. I think that's an obvious red herring deal. Like, right, guys? It's an obvious, but it ain't it. Hey, Lady Rage, thank you. I subbed. I came late. Oh, thank you, Lady Rage. Thank you so much. I'm all the rage over here, right? No, thank you, Lady Rage. I appreciate that for you sub. And yes, I do this all the time, Lady Rage. I don't have specific times when I live stream, but I just live stream cold cases, missing person, cases that are solved. We do true crime, all types of streams, but mostly we're on the cold case and murder cases. So thank you, Lady Rage, for joining. All right, I'm sorry that you came late, all right? I hope to get you in the next one, okay? Very soon. Thank you guys so much, all right? We're out of here. It's 1:07 a.m., guys. Get some sleep. Get out of here, get some sleep, and enjoy good things, guys. We have enough bad. Let's talk about the good. I love you all. I really do. I'm not a smart man. I know what love is. You know that. Love it. Yes, we love it. Let's do it. More to come, Lady Rage, all right? I hope to see you in the next one, okay? Yes, we got more to do. All right, guys. Unfortunately, true crime never ends. It's unfortunate. Yes, we go hard. We go hard. Wait until you see Lady Rage warm up with some live streams, like Sir Albert's saying, and you'll see how we do, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna fit great here. I appreciate you listening too. Thank you for listening. Okay, I appreciate you being doing that. So thank you all, Sir Albert. I'll see you. Everybody, we're out. Okay, Brenda, take care. Everybody. 76 we're later. See you guys.